welcome to part two. We're joined by Gerry. He'll be in a second. For those of you that enjoy Poker's Corner, feel free to join our other channel. Also, listen. It's Poker's International. And don't forget Gary's Welcome Estates Company. They're doing a scheme. It's called www.boxersindeed.com. I had Gary on earlier. Did you see that one I did with Gary?
Yeah, I sure did, mate.
I thought that was quite funny. It was a good one, that. Good one. Yeah, so we spoke about the Cordina situation, and I think we've made it very clear that we're not happy with that. What's gone on there, but we'll have to watch that. Hopefully, I haven't got egg on my face and it's wrong information, but I very much doubt it. The source I got it off, and I'm not talking Daddy's source or HP Tutti Frutti, Gerry. Not like what's he called? Big Malk, aka Spencer Fee, when he starts coming out with all that. My sources, my source. What sort? Flying sources. Do me a favour. Do you remember that one where Dylan White were getting loads of stick for the Oscar Rivers one, and Spencer Fee were like, what one? My sources tell me that Oscar Rivers failed the test as well. Well, Big Mal, that cost you your job at Sky, didn't it? Pop, pop, bang. Naughty, naughty. Hey, stop inventing knackers to protect your pals. Because what happened to Dylan White giving you a nice little drink when you lost your job for going into bat for him? Didn't you know, did he? Because he didn't ask you to go into bat for him, did he, Big Mal? He did it off your own back, thinking you'd get your palm greased, and it backfired. See, this is what happens in the sport of boxing. So, but I like Big Malk, and he talks a lot of sense. But we don't hear much from his sidekick, do we? Hey, what's he called? Tunde Ajayi. What's happened to him? He seems to have disappeared, doesn't he? Him. Bricktop's put them to the sword, hasn't he? They've gone missing, haven't they? Him and Yard. What's going on there?
No idea, mate. Anthony Yard.
A missing persons broadcast for Big Malk, Anthony Yard, and Tunde. Hey, unbelievable. Tyson Fury. He's not in training camp. Do you think this is going to happen, Gerry, in December? Yes or no? The Usyk rematch.
No.
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 I
don't think it's going to happen. I just looked at previous examples, and that's what made me form my opinion initially. That don't think this is going to happen. Fury's going to cook up some excuse. He'll duck that, and he'll go off in some other direction. But I seen something during the week where he's on holiday or something. He's in Lanzarote or something like that. So, and it doesn't look like he's a guy who's got reclaiming the heavyweight championship of the world on his mind at all, you know. So I don't see how he's going to be ready, seriously ready, to fight Usyk. That is, unless he's just going to go in there for the money and just get battered about for a few more rounds and take the money and ride off into the sunset.
I saw that training regime where Usyk was doing, where he swam for 5 hours, didn't he? Do you know what I mean? And you're swimming for 5 hours. I mean, I don't know if that's overtraining or what, but that's some. He's a seriously fit guy, isn't he? You know,
crazy fit, mate. Crazy fit.
Pardon?
He's crazily fit.
Yeah, Kent will tell you that he's a bit more up on all that than me, that fitness game. But Usyk were more or less saying that they said, how can you do that for that amount of time? I don't know if they were having a dig at him about steroids and that, and he just went, well, it's in here swimming. He said it's in there like running is. Now Kent will probably tell you that if you're going to run, like, because Kent's a proper serious runner, isn't he? You switch off, don't you? And you get into like a rhythm, don't you? You don't, like Tyson Fury. He can fight. Peter Fury will tell you. We can do this. They can fight 12 rounds, but they don't get tired. They just fight loose, don't they? Usyk were more or less saying you don't force it, with the running issue, with the running and the swimming and that. And I swim like Scott Quigg and Crawler, but Callum Smith, from what I've heard, he can swim for forever. Callum Smith, so he obviously gets into a good room. It must be up here,
Mental.
but you can imagine Quiggy. I've heard you're like that. Put loads of effort in and that, get your heart rate going up and that. Depends what you're looking for in $1 million crawler, but I'm a bit like them when I swim. I don't like being in deep end either. But I think Usyk's a serious guy, and I don't think Tyson Fury's taking it very serious. And I'd be very surprised if he even turned up. I would. I don't know. What do you think, Jerry?
I think it's the same, Ross. Like, I think he could turn up, but like I said, if he turns up, he's doing a Sonny Liston, part 2 with Muhammad Ali. He's there for the money. I don't really get the impression, unless it's a smokescreen from Fury, but I don't think it is. I think the guy's known forever that Usyk is the man that was going to, beat him and was going to basically unravel everything that he's went to great lengths to build up about himself. All this mystique, all this defensive genius nonsense, all this,
all nonsense
stuff all this shit that people have bought for years. It was all going to get
Fury mythology, you mean?
That's it, Nick. That's it.
The Fury mythology.
Fury mythology was going to get unraveled and exposed by Usyk. I think he's known that.
Explain to me, Jerry, how Gareth A. Davis, the guard.
Yes.
Fury liquor. Can you explain? In fact, we'll ask him. Gad, I know you're watching because I've heard back. The Gad, why are you running around why was you running around prior to the Usyk fight saying Fury was a defensive genius, a one-off, and could hang in any era, right? With that back fat. Are you out of your mind? Have you seen the back fat on? Who wants to see heavyweight champion running around with back fat? Why were you running around doing that, Gad, when we're talking about a man here that's been down 8 times? 8 times! David Price has only been down 7 times. Old Big Truck, and he's got the biggest glass jaw in boxing. So are you telling me, right, that Fury's not in the David Price League for chins? Of course he is. He's been down as many times as Big Truck. Big Truck's been stopped 7 times. I think he's actually been down 8, has he? I think he were down twice in one at Thompson fights. Listen, whatever it is, Fury's in the David Price League for chins. But and he's got more power than him. But we all bought into this Fury mythology. Everybody bought into it. Well, they did, didn't they? He didn't fight Louis Ortiz when they were offering him, did he? Mythology, that's what it's called. And people bought into it. Total rubbish. If you're hitting the deck 8 times in your career and you're still in your career, Houston, we have a problem with your chin. You see where I'm coming from with that? But everybody sort of missed that. 8 counts he's had. Everybody missed all that because we were going out there walking around with hats on that said GOAT. He's walking around with a GOAT hat on, a bit like Derek Chisora. He's got 13 losses on his record. He's walking around with a hat on that says war. War. What wars has he been in? Only wars he's been in where he's getting knocked about. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Thought I'll raise one too, Jerry. New Zealand, Sauvignon Blanc. Becoming a bit of an alcoholic lately. Now I don't sniff my brains out. You know what? You need a stiff one, don't you? Drink that is. When you're doing videos like this, but I'm not a big boozer. Oh, watch me in about half an hour, Jerry. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'll be setting about all my family a lot. But no, everybody bought into this. Oh, he's a defensive genius, like you were saying, wasn't it? The Gad.
Well,
But I can't get my head around it, Jerry. What do you think?
Well, I mean, I never bought into it. But I got laughed at. I remember sitting in work, trying to tell different people at different times, Usyk is the biggest. He's the biggest myth. He's the biggest mirage. He's the biggest, long, tall tale there is going. He's just inflated this entire visage of himself, where he's just like he sold it public, a dummy, and everybody bought it. I don't know. You never bought it. I never bought it. Patman never bought it. Anybody who can sort of read between the lines didn't necessarily take it hook, line, and sinker. But I mean, I felt like I was in the minority with my opinion, and there's still some people who, fine rightly, are out there who think that Usyk didn't beat him, and that they'll make up any excuse.
What?
They'll make
that John Fury.
And as recently as Dominic Ingle in complete denial about
only because he wants to train Tyson Fury. Dominic, you've been gagging for since Peter Fury, right, parted company. And let me tell you this: Peter Fury designed a style to protect Tyson. He never hit the deck on Peter's shift. Peter, British Commonwealth European, in one of them belts against Vladimir, didn't he? He never had a count on Peter's watch. Huey's not had a count. So Dominic Ingle wanted to train him when Peter and him parted. When he was still world champion after he beat Vladimir. Dominic, you thought you were at mixed, didn't you? And you're still trying to get in there, trying to play the game. That's what these people do. They try to play the game. That's all they do. Like Dave Allen's trying to play the game, isn't he, in his videos? Yeah, me and Dennis are all right, blah, blah, blah. Well, sign a deal with Dennis then, Dave. Sign a deal with him then if you're all right. You might know that you'll finish your career with Dennis. Sign a deal with Dennis if you're all right with him. Because if Eddie Hills comes running and offers you a deal or Bricktop, you'll be gone like a shot. You must think Dennis is stupid, don't you, David? These fighters are cunning. They play the game. So are the trainers. They're just as cunning. Dominic would love to train Tyson Fury. You won't get 10%, Dominic, but you get a little bit more than what Kelly Brook were getting you. You know what I mean?
Judge Jordan, that's another guy who believes.
Judge Jordan, don't get me talking. Hang on a minute. I need to mention that Judge Jordan's name, Jerry. Hang on a minute. Savon Blanc, 2023.
Sniffing it?
What?
You're sniffing it and all like some kind of expert now?
No, me, I'm no expert. I don't know anything about wine. I went out to my mate's house the other night and he got this wine out and he's getting it all this. What are you fucking doing? You're from a coal mining village, mate. Just pour it in the fucking glass. Man, getting it all nonsense. You've been watching too much TV. Look, people in the boxing industry, right, who not got big stables, like Dominic, they want to get back in mix. So what they do, they go on YouTube and they sell themselves as these down to earth, tell it as I see it people. Because boxing is very simple, really. You've got to hit people in the face and not get hit. They put it down plain and simple, and it attracts all the fighters to them. But what you have to understand is this. If you want to get a big stable and you're a trainer, you've got to kiss arse with promoters and you be aligned with a certain promoter. A bit like Bombay Dave. You know what I'm on about with him, don't you? Bombay Dave, a.k.a. Penfold. What they do is suck up to people like Eddie Hills and you get crumbs. You get Tony Bellew, you get David Price, you get crumbs, you get other people, Opie, all these other people will come to you because they want to be aligned with that certain promoter. That's how it's done. Now, Dominic's alienated Eddie Hills, hasn't he? So what he did, he brought a single out, didn't you, Dominic? He wrote a single called Looking for Fast Car Eddie. I mean, we're talking about a man in his 50 here, roided out of his mind, and I mean roided out of his mind, sat at home with a stick of salary. I'll show you what he had. I'll do an impression of him. I'm going to do an impression of Flex. Let me see if I've got any salary in fridge.
Get some water balloons for your arms as well, Russ.
Salary in here. I've got no salary. Hang on a minute. What's this here? I'll do an impression. I'm going to do an impression of Flex. This is Flex. 2 seconds. This is the flexinator. Right.
This is the flexinator, folks.
This is the flexinator, the original flexinator. Killer Khan will be pissing his pants watching this. I don't think he wears a hat, so I'll have to get the old hat off, yeah? Right,
He does wear a hat.
Here we go. Here we go. This is Flexi. This is Flexi, baby. I'm a sod, aren't I, Jerry? Am I a sod?
No, go for it.
Dark, innit?
Go for it, Rob.
It's too dark, isn't it? Let me get proper light on. This is the Flex. The original Flexi. Hang on. Can't see what I'm doing. I'm pissed already. Right, this is Flex. This is you, Flex.
Brilliant.
This is Flex. He sat at home like that with his salary. Flex talks wonders, but all he does is sit on cucumbers, don't you, Flex? This is Flex. Do you know what I'm going to do? Can you imagine him talking to Kid Gallagher? You know what I'm going to do, Barry? I'm going to get up tomorrow and I'm going to write a song and I'm going to call it Looking for Fast Car Eddie, and I'm going to dip into my life savings and I'm going to pay to get it out there as a song. What sort of grown man in his 50s does that? Isn't that right, Flexi? Eh? The flexinator sat at home in a body warmer, gnawing on a stick of salary, right? Writing a song, looking for Fast Car Eddie. Why would you do that? I'll tell you why. They do it, Jerry, because they want to be in the mix. They want to be liked and they want to get crumbs. They want to get crumbs. And you ever seen how Tony Bellew carries off? This is the man that we're going to disappear. No, what they do, they hover around for crumbs. You don't get Carl Froch doing that, do you?
Nope.
You don't get, you know me? Do you know what? Can you imagine the amount of people in the time I've known Dennis Hobson, right, who's a multi-millionaire? Can you imagine the amount of people that I've seen hovering around him for crumbs? And do they think Dennis doesn't know that? He used to get in his car with me and I've said, Dennis, why did you pick that tab up in there for them pouncing woodpeckers? Just because it was my turn. So it's the same old lot. He says, yeah, Russell, don't you think I don't know that? So why do you do it then? He said, I do it just to see who's who. Do you know what I mean? So I learned a lot around him, and I've done that for years. Obviously, mine weren't legal money because Dennis is a straight businessman, and mine were corrupt money. So it's easy come, easy go. You're not grafting for it, are you? But I see Dennis do that, and arse lickers. Dominic, you're an arse licker. Imagine writing a song, looking for fast car Eddie. Oh my God! And this is what you're up against. And Dominic wants to train Tyson Fury. He would take that job in a heartbeat, wouldn't you, Flex? But who's going to want a gun here, Flex, when 3 of his fighters have been busted for doping? And all of them are scream blue murder. And one of them, I definitely know we're innocent. One of them. And you know, don't you, Flex? Billy Joe Saunders. We've all given him a stick, haven't we? About his cheekbone and stuff like that. But he was innocent on that. Oh, yeah. And you know that, don't you, Flexi? So, Billy, I've heard the story. You're innocent, kid, on that. You're not to blame. But, hey-ho, that's what happens, isn't it? But these people, right, they've got no scruples. They're not going to go and get a job, are they? Flex is not going to go and get a job. They've been pouncing out at the system for years up there. Pouncers. Pouncers. That's what they are. But so do you think Fury's going to take that fight then with Usyk? Yes or no?
No.
No?
Gonna say no. Gonna say no, mate.
I don't think he does as well. And I think if he does, he gets bladdered. But he'll get paid, won't he? And then after that, the money goes down and down and down. But hey ho. Do you want to go on to part 3, Jerry?
No worries, mate.
Hey, cheers. Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. Don't forget to join us on part 3. And for a few boxing fans out there, but like other sports, feel free to have a look at Porky's International. That's our sister channel. You know you want to have a little peek, don't you? You want to have a little look at what we've just put on there. No doubt you've probably just seen our avalanche of videos on this channel because this will be behind all the other 15. So We're red hot at the moment, and we say it as we see it. We're certainly not serving policemen in the sport of boxing like you, PC Gully. Boxing King Media, oh, we're getting on for 1 million subscribers, but your average is only 28,000. So where are the other 9.9 odd million, 990 odd thousand? What are they doing if you're only averaging 28? I had to laugh when that tech guy come in. He says, "You give me £300, Russell, I'll bump your subs up 500 subs a week." I said, "Yeah, but views are still going to be the same, aren't they? Because they're fake subs. So why would I want to do that? Why would I give you a monkey 500 quid just to do that on my computer so I can do it in 10 minutes?" So Terry Chapadama, you was right and I was wrong. All right. But hey ho, www.boxersinneed.com. Very funny video I did with Gary earlier. Had me in stitches with that story, and where he lent 50 quid off his brother Billy twice to get going on that. Go on, Gary, that was very funny. All right, right. Let's see you on part 3. I think we'll have to get in close.